Hello, dear friends, and welcome back to another episode of The Gentle Path. It always makes my heart so full to know we can come together in this quiet little corner of the internet, sharing stories, insights, and lessons about living well and aging with grace. I'm so glad you're here. Today I want to talk to you about something that might seem simple, even humble: eggs. Now, if you're like many people I know, eggs have probably been a constant friend at your breakfast table for years, even decades. They're quick to cook, versatile, and packed with nutrients. But here's something I've been reflecting on lately. How often do we stop to think about whether we're handling those eggs in the best way possible? You see, even the most nutritious foods can lose their luster, or worse, become harmful if they're not treated with care. So, today's conversation is about 5 common mistakes people make with eggs, especially as we navigate through the changes that come with aging. These aren't complicated things, but small, mindful adjustments that can have a big impact on your health. Whether it's the way you cook them, store them, or what you pair them with, these little details matter more than we might think. And as always, everything I share here is meant to support your journey to feeling well, not just today, but in the years to come. Mistake 1: overcooking eggs. Let's start with something I've seen many of us do, often out of habit, without even realizing it: overcooking eggs. Now, who doesn't like a crispy fried edge or a nice firm yolk? But did you know that when eggs are exposed to high heat for too long, they undergo oxidation? This process can create harmful compounds like oxidized cholesterol, which has been tied to inflammation and heart disease. I think of Robert, a lovely fellow in his 70s I spoke to not long ago. He had been frying his eggs to a crisp every morning, thinking that's just the way they're meant to be. It wasn't until he started experiencing frequent heartburn and bloating that he learned about how high heat alters the nutritional profile of his breakfast. When he began cooking his eggs at lower temperatures, soft scrambling them or poaching them gently, those digestive troubles eased, and he felt lighter and more energetic. It makes sense, doesn't it? Eggs are rich in delicate nutrients like vitamin B12, folate, and antioxidants like lutein, which help support our brain and eye health as we age. Overcooking damages these nutrients, robbing us of their full benefits. So, my advice? Next time you cook an egg, experiment with gentler methods. Lightly boil them, poach them, or try a soft scramble. Your body and taste buds will thank you. Mistake 2: eating raw or undercooked eggs. Now let's talk about a popular belief that raw eggs are somehow the ultimate source of nutrition. It might sound convenient to drink a raw egg smoothie or indulge in cookie dough from time to time, but here's something I need you to hear. Eating raw or undercooked eggs comes with serious risks, especially for older adults. You see, raw eggs can harbor bacteria like Salmonella, one of the leading causes of foodborne illness. For younger folks, a mild case might simply mean a day of stomach upset. But for seniors, whose immune systems have often become more fragile with age, it can lead to hospitalization, or worse. Take Margaret, for example. She's a lovely 68-year-old who started every morning with a raw egg smoothie. She believed it gave her energy for the day ahead. But one morning she found herself doubled over with stomach cramps and nausea. A trip to the doctor confirmed salmonella poisoning. The change she made? Simply switching to fully cooked eggs, which allowed her to absorb the same nutrients without the risk. And there's another reason to avoid raw eggs. They contain a compound called avidin, which interferes with our body's ability to absorb biotin, that B vitamin so important for healthy skin, hair, and energy levels. Cooking the eggs neutralizes avidin, making their nutrients far more bioavailable. Trust me, the safety and benefits are well worth the extra time to cook. Mistake 3. Storing cooked eggs unsafely. Here's something you might not think much about: how you store your eggs after cooking. It seems harmless enough to leave an omelet on the counter while you finish your coffee or reply to a few emails. But bacteria love warm, moist environments. And eggs left at room temperature for too long can become a breeding ground for harmful pathogens. Bacteria like Salmonella multiply rapidly when food sits in the danger zone of 40 to 140 degrees for even a few hours. This is why experts at the National Institute on Aging recommend refrigerating cooked eggs promptly in airtight containers. If properly stored, hard-boiled eggs last up to a week, while scrambled eggs are best eaten within 3 to 4 days. I remember George, a retired teacher in his early 70s, telling me how he loved making a big batch of scrambled eggs to save time during the week. But he confessed that he'd often leave them uncovered in the fridge. Over time, he began experiencing stomach discomfort more frequently. When he switched to airtight containers and smaller portions, those problems disappeared. It's such a small change, but it made a world of difference for him. And one more tip: be mindful about reheating your eggs. If you microwave leftovers and they come out rubbery or unpleasant, try reheating gently on the stove with a little added moisture. Those small, caring choices add up. Mistake 4. Ignoring expiration dates and cracks. Now let's talk about something we've all wondered from time to time. Are these eggs still good? You might rely on the printed expiration date, but here's a simple test I learned. Place an egg in a bowl of cold water. If it sinks and lies flat, it's fresh. If it stands on one end, it's still okay, but should be used soon. If it floats, it's time to let it go. Never ignore cracked eggs either. Even the tiniest hairline fracture can let in bacteria, turning what should be a nutritious meal into a health risk. And remember, when in doubt, throw it out. It's better to waste an egg than to take a chance on your health. Mistake 5. Using unhealthy cooking oils. Finally, let's talk about the oils and fats we use to cook our eggs. Many of the highly processed vegetable oils, like canola or soybean oil, break down when exposed to high heat, producing harmful compounds that contribute to inflammation and even heart disease. Instead, reach for healthier options like butter, ghee, extra virgin olive oil, or avocado oil, which hold up better under heat. These fats don't just taste better, they also have their own health benefits. Frank, a thoughtful 78-year-old I know, was amazed by how much better he felt after swapping out vegetable oils for olive oil when cooking. He didn't change the food itself, just the foundation, and found his digestion improved, and he felt renewed energy after meals. A final reflection. So, as we wrap up today's chat, I want to leave you with this thought. Aging gracefully isn't about avoiding every risk or striving for perfection. It's about small, thoughtful choices that make life a little healthier, a little brighter, and a little kinder to our bodies. Whether it's cooking your eggs gently, keeping them fresh, or choosing better oils, these simple shifts can ripple out in ways that truly make a difference. Thank you for spending this time with me today. You're welcome to share your thoughts. What's one thing you learned today that you'll try? Leave a comment, and let's keep this conversation going. Until next time, take care of yourself, You're worth every moment of it.